Built on September 12, 2017, the St. Matthew's Prayer Path was constructed by the community for the community. The hundreds of rocks that make up the labyrinth and outer ring were donated by the residents of Windham and the surrounding towns. The group of over 30 volunteers who donated their time and energy to lay those stones was comprised of church parishioners and women from Mosaic of Faith. What is a prayer path? A prayer path is a walking prayer that leads us closer to God. Although they began appearing in Catholic cathedrals as early as the 12th century, the oldest surviving prayer path is from the 13th century. Located in the Cathedral of Chartreuse in France, it was used by the early Christians who were unable to make the actual pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Built in the shape of a labyrinth, the single path spirals in and then out from one center point. There are no dead ends. It's impossible to lose your way. Ours is made entirely of stones as a reminder that God is our rock and the only one we should build our foundation upon. There are 3 stages of walking a prayer path: the examine, the nailing to the cross, and the resurrection. At the entrance of the prayer path, pause and raise your eyes to the cross. Take a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself. As you journey into the spiral, review all that is troubling you. Share all of your issues and their resulting emotions with God in silent conversation. When you arrive at the center, pause and raise your eyes to the cross again. Feel God's presence there. Stay at the center point for as long as it takes to hand everything over to Him. Let God nail all your problems and concerns to the cross. Then begin the journey out. As you do so, recognize that you're retracing the same exact steps you walked on the way in. However, now you're doing so with a lightness of being, renewed hope and joy. Like Christ's cross redeemed the world, in walking the prayer path, you have allowed God to redeem you. Before exiting the prayer path, turn and face the cross one last time. Express your gratitude for all that God has done and continues to do for you. Despite these suggestions, as long as you're using your time in the prayer path to talk and be with God, there is no right or wrong way to walk it. However, there are some general guidelines and rules of etiquette to follow. There should always be reverent silence in and around the prayer path. If there are others in the path, allow the person ahead of you to get 2 or 3 turns in before you begin. Travel at your own pace. If you're walking faster than the person in front of you, it's okay to pass him or her. If you're walking slower than the person behind you, simply step to the side and let him or her pass you. For those not able to walk the prayer path, the St. Matthew's Hands of Mercy and Knights of Columbus have donated reflection benches. They've been strategically placed in direct view of the cross for reflection and prayer.